Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With Kirk, though. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With Kirk, though. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. Who you with Kirk? I'm out. Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With Kirk, though. Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With Kirk, though. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With Kirk, though. Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With Kirk, though. I'm welcome. I'm welcome. I'm welcome. I'm welcome to Speak On It with Who You With Kirk, though. Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With Kirk, though. I'm welcome. I'm welcome. I'm welcome. I'm welcome to Speak On It with Who You With Kirk, though. Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With Kirk, though. I'm welcome. I'm welcome. I'm welcome to Speak On It. Welcome to Speak On It. I'm welcome to Speak On It. Welcome to Speak On It. I'm welcome to Speak On It. Welcome to Speak On It. I'm welcome to speak. Welcome to speak. Welcome to speak. I'm 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 Who You With Kirk, dog?
Welcome to Speaking with Who You With Kurt Dog. I'm Who You With Kurt Dog. Happy Tuesday to everyone. Hopefully y'all had a good day today. Trying to see what's going on with my phone. My phone doing its own thing tonight. Okay, okay. Okay, I don't know. I guess it want to continue the jam. I guess. Got host to the song. But want to welcome everyone to the show on Facebook, YouTube, Periscope, Twitch, Twitter. Want to welcome all of y'all to the show. You can live chat with us in the chat room. Lord have mercy. Eva Donkey is back in the house. What's going on, Eva Donkey? How you doing tonight? Kind of missed you last night, we think. But welcome to the show. So this morning I woke up. I know y'all seen all the videos, seen the all the things that happened yesterday at TRUE Kitchen and Cocktails, which is it's a fairly new restaurant here in the Metroplex in Dallas, downtown Dallas. So so it's the video went viral of him having some words with his customers. Now in the video he also said he have he has 75% of female customers, and I guess a couple of young ladies got in the mood yesterday, and the DJ was playing the song, and I guess throw that ass in a circle came on, and that's what they wanted to do, wanted to twerk. So with that being said, he said, no, that's not going to happen here. If you don't like it, you could get the F out. Now, I want to know how y'all feel about it, because I have my feelings. And to be straight up honest with you, I don't see anything he did wrong. Because here it is. This is a pretty much an upscale restaurant, black-owned restaurant, that is very hard to get a reservation for. So you have someone investing that type of money to bring it for we can be treated properly. But you come in here and decide you want to twerk in a restaurant. It's not a club, it's a restaurant. So want to know how y'all feel about it, because it's definitely I know from a lot of comments I read, a lot of people are supporting him. I support him too. So I definitely support him, For the simple fact that is his business. That's his livelihood. He have to look at the fact, what if somebody got injured? Then you have to worry about a lawsuit. So um I want to know what is your thoughts about it, because it's definitely um some people, I haven't seen, I don't think I've seen any negative reviews about it, but I've seen this trending, and I'm like, okay, because when I seen the video this morning, I said, okay. But then since last night, I think it happened about almost 8 o'clock last night, and it's over 3 million views on this video. To the point where um Kevin Kelley have actually been on TMZ, and TMZ, they hit and miss sometimes, but it seemed like they try to say he had a problem with people twerking. Uh, that's not the problem. This is a upscale restaurant, and if you was in another upscale restaurant that was not black owned, you're not going to be able to go in there and twerk. So why do it because it's black owned? It don't make sense. Like he said in the video, I'm doing this for you, to give you a place you could come, enjoy good food, have good music, and it's for the culture. So um, for you to come in and act like this, no, it's not going to happen here. I wasn't there, but from my understanding, one young lady stood up on furniture. You're not finna go to Roof Chris and stand up on their furniture and start twerking. One up on the glass. What if the glass break? We have been getting quite a bit of storms here in Dallas. So what if that glass broke? So I'm just kind of curious about it. I want to know how you feel about it. And if you was there, and witnessed this, if you want to call in and give your opinion about it, you can actually call in. Um, and let us know what you seen and how you feel about it. You can call us at 972-591-3665, 972-591-3665. And we're also on Instagram tonight. So if you on Instagram, you can chat live with us in the chat room. Um, and definitely reach out. Welcome to the show. Radio Chaos is in the house. I see your buddy Eva Donkey is back tonight. Um, Said restaurant had a right to set their own rules when it comes to what behavior is allowed in their establishment. Exactly. Um, I'm I'm all for it. Pretty much a upscale, kind of a upscale restaurant, but I guess it's casual dressing. I haven't been able to go yet, for the simple fact it's hard to get a reservation there. So um it's really hard to get in, but the food do look good. Um so definitely, if you was there last night, you witnessed this, let us know. Call in, let us know, what did you see, how did you feel about it, um, and let's have a discussion about it, because I feel like what he did, it was nothing wrong. He apologized. He definitely apologized for telling them to get the f out, and um, so he did. He did apologize, but the reality of it is his business, and um it's actually uh I feel like he have every right, but for the simple fact, um no, we don't want that up in there, chaos. Yeah, that slam dancing, that wouldn't play out too good there. So but I support Kevin Kelley. And I'm kind of like everybody else. If y'all gonna cancel y'all reservation, let me know because I'm trying to get some for uh trying to get a reservation for Thursday, but I can't get one. So welcome to the show, T Cal. I see you sneaking up in the room. So I'm just kind of curious, how do y'all feel about it? I see a couple of comments came in, Eva Donkey, uh caught a trespass on my land. Okay. Well, should have made sure he got. So Kurt is pro Turkin. Hey, it is what it is. It's in the culture. So definitely uh um is his environment, which is a I've heard nothing but great reviews about um True Kitchen and Cocktail. Um I've heard nothing but great reviews about the food, the service. Um, from my understanding, it's pretty good. I know people that had the opportunity that was lucky enough to get a reservation. Me personally, I was like, okay, it'll die down in a little bit, and it haven't died down yet. I've heard people make reservation like 2 or 3 weeks in advance. So, and with my schedule, it's kind of hard to make a reservation that far in advance because I don't know my schedule from day to day, really, to be honest with you, because I have so much going on, and I want to be able to. If I'm gonna make a reservation, I'm gonna be there, especially with good food. Um, Slam dancing is, if I'm not mistaken, is dealing with people just bounce into furniture, into wall, into people, and yeah, what um radio said it's basically punk rock music, and they're gonna do what they want to do. Now, I feel like Kevin did the right thing. That's his business. That's his investment. That's protecting his business, his livelihood. For the simple fact, if one of those young ladies would have got hurt, they're gonna sue him, even though they was in the wrong. Welcome to the show, Toya Care. I'm sorry, Doctor Toya Curry. Welcome to the show. Um, First time seeing you on. But I want to know how y'all feel about um, the video. Um, Anybody having a video of the? Oh, never mind. I could. Well, never mind. But uh, so definitely, Nikhil, welcome to the show. Listening on Twitch, you can actually chat live with us in the chat room. And so, Toya, have you had the opportunity to go to True Kitchen yet? Because from what I hear, it's very good. And maybe I don't know. Maybe the young lady just the food was so good they couldn't help themselves. They was doing maybe they did a twerk after they taste the food. That's how good it is. So I'm just kind of curious. Welcome to the show, John L. Reynolds. Uh, oh, Toya Halbin, she said it's delicious. How long did it take you to get a reservation? Because I tried to pull up one for Thursday, and they kept saying it's nothing between 3 and 5, and then I went 4 to 8, and I can't go past that because I have a show Thursday night. So, and that's the night my wife is off. Um, how long did it take you to get a reservation for it? Uh, okay, Eva Donkey, I had to read your comment. Um, Nicole, welcome. Russia is in the house. Thank you for tuning in. Like, share, tell a friend, and click the notification for you can know every time we come on. We come on Sunday through Thursday, 8 p.m. Central Time. And if you click the notification on Twitch, you will get a notification every time we come on. So definitely let your friends know we are live. So Everybody is welcome, regardless of where you are, um, or what political reviews you have. Everybody is welcome on this platform. T Cal said that's true. Maybe that's how they wanted to say thank you. Yeah, I would assume the food probably was real good, and the food was real good, and they got the shotting and they just started twerking, kind of like I read one review. Somebody said if you was in the spirit, um, and you thrown in the spirit, if they are playing gospel music, are you gonna fall out? Maybe, I don't know, but you never know where you are when the spirit hits you. So definitely, I really feel like I need to get there. I need to get there and get a review and find out how good this food is, because it looked good. I've heard nothing but great reviews about it. And I support the brother for what he did, because I have actually, um, owning my own business, you have to have your standards. If not, people would set the standard for you, because from my understanding, this is a uh, upscale restaurant that is black owned. Now, it's not one of these restaurants where you go to down on the corner, down on the corner down the street, and you walk in there and they look at you crazy or be like, "What you want?" It's nothing like that. So this is very upscale. Um, so that's cool. Um, okay. Tuck at least 2 weeks in advance or so to get the reservation. So I'm gonna start making plan. Hopefully we could get in there before Christmas. If not, we'll do it the first of the year, and try to definitely get in there and kind of find out. Um, Talking with my wife, I actually met Kevin before. Um, so at the time he didn't have true luck, but I actually met him before. So, and from my understanding, from me remembering meeting him, he's a pretty cool guy. So to see him respond like that, it's one of those situations where, um, you got to protect your business. You have to. That's all to it. If you don't, you won't be open long, because it's no telling how many people was in there that witnessed these young ladies doing stuff like that, that he could have lost a lot of business behind it, because everybody is not, it's not okay with people standing up on furniture twerking and all of this. Even though it's a black owned business, it's a time and place for everything. So I feel like he did the right thing. He addressed the issue right then and there while it was happening, and gave them a choice. They have the choice: either they can not do it or they could get out. Bottom line. And I'm okay with it, because what he did, I don't see nothing wrong at all. Um, so with Eva Donkey, you already know, you you have choices, and you made the choice to come on here. So what we're talking about now, if you saying there's too much talk about twerking, hey, that's your opinion. That's your opinion. Um, you made the choice to come on here, so I appreciate it. Um, Maybe, I don't know. I know you up in North Dakota, and y'all may not have those type of dance up there. So I'm just saying. Matter of fact, um, soon as I know you're a big supporter of Trump, and I'm sure Trump is he probably somewhere now trying to twerk, trying to figure out how he could get that money to pay that $1 billion back that he owes somebody. So um uh Okay, that's your opinion. If you notice, your message haven't made it up to the stream, right? So that's my choice. So that's cool. Um, yeah. So I just, I'm just kind of curious about it. I've heard great reviews about the restaurant, and I definitely want to visit the restaurant. And because I love some good food. Well, he twerk every time he walk. uh, all those McDonald's Big Macs and all that he eating. Um, yeah, I can see that too. Toya said, I wish you would have taken another approach and had security to handle it. Yes, and it's the heat of the moment because being a business owner, you see something like that. If security came up, it probably would have been a different situation. Yeah, he could have said sent security out there to do it, but when your livelihood is at jeopardy, you're gonna do what you have to do. And then also, um, because of his background, the possibility of a lawsuit, um, I could see why he did it. I'm not saying I agree with him totally. He could have used some other words, but I do understand because if you come out, you see people up there uh, twerking up against a glass, which that's where we trust things too much. Just because it's a glass, it's supposed to hold in place. But if you putting pressure on it and bouncing up and down, that glass can easily fall. Or some of them was on the furniture. So with them being on the furniture, who to say that furniture is gonna be strong enough to hold them? Because also we don't know what size the young lady were either. Because you know, some of our sisters are um you know, we got a lot of our sisters have some cushion. So uh and the furniture may not be steady enough to do those type of things. And you don't want to take a chance to find out either because um you can easily fall, slip and fall, and mess around and get a lawsuit. Uh, his rug twerk every time he's in the wind. Talking about the rug on Trump head. Yeah. Every time that wind blow, it be up there like this twerking. um, I can't wait until we can't see that rug no more. Um, why are you looking at how Trump twerking? It can't help but to see it every time he walk. Like T Cal said, every time that wind blow, that hair starts twerking. You can't help but to see it. I'm sure it'll be a video about it tomorrow because the internet never lose. Um, uh, no, I don't have a dirty mind, but that's your opinion. Um, okay, that's your opinion. But anyway, reason why I pause because certain people I have to read their comments before I put it up. Um, Eva Donkey is the one of those people because with Eva Donkey, he loved to do conspiracy theory quite a bit. And that's one thing we don't do on here is conspiracy theory. We're gonna stick to the facts. And a lot of time his comments do not make the stream. So but Eva Donkey he's a good guy. He have his good days and bad days. He been MIA for the last couple of shows, but he's back now. Which that's good. He's always welcome here, but we may not agree with everything. So that's cool. Um, so we're gonna fly it on over to Atlanta. Um, yeah, I seen this article this morning. I'm like, what are they thinking? 300 teens Oh Lord. Even if you pull up uh True Kitchen plus cocktails with a K, you'll find all the news article about it because there's a lot of it's actually trending all over social media. Even TMZ had the owner on their video. So definitely take the time. See, and you asking me where's the information, I give you the resource. You just have to pull it up. As for unlike you, when it's conspiracy, you won't mean to look at videos people have tuned together, and that's not what we're about. So we're gonna fly it on over to Atlanta. A story came out of Atlanta yesterday where 300 teenagers got into a fight at a, I guess it's a shopping center or a mall um in Atlanta, Atlantic Station, and 300 teens got into a fight. And I'm like, why were y'all at the mall anyway? 300 of you? And are they forgetting that we're still in the middle of a pandemic? Where's the parents? Because here it is, your child is somewhere else. Now, even I asked the question, I'm like, well, maybe it's a movie theater in this shopping center. Was it that many of them at the movies? But then you got to ask yourself, were all of them in the same movie? Uh, okay. Well, even I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna say it real nicely. The same thing you just posted, do it for yourself. Because I almost did a Kevin Kelley, um, but I'm not gonna do that. So, but you could kiss the blackest part of my ass. That's what I'm gonna tell you. And matter of fact, it's getting to the point. Soon as I get off, I'm gonna make sure you're unable to come back again, Preston. So yeah, uh, so you shut the fuck up, and you have other choices you could go to. That's what I'm saying. So don't play with me. It ain't that good. You would never win. So like I said, you have other choices. But as soon as I get off the air, I'll make sure you don't come back. So I've been cool with all your conspiracy theory, but one thing I'm not gonna deal with is disrespect from a keyboard junkie that want to come on and troll the whole damn time. So if you got a problem with it, stop listening. Bottom line, you the one to make the choice to come back. Hell, like I said, you ain't got to come here. Go on over there to those Trump supporters that you love to talk about the conspiracy theory with. So, but I'll make sure after the show, yeah, you'll use another one of your stream names. So, like I said, if you make the choice to come back, um, so you can shut the fuck up and move on. That's what I'm saying. So you can say what you want to say. Um, the Atlanta story is just awful. Just that many teams. What really is going on? Uh, yeah, it's bad. And then the mother was on the news. I guess it was the mother and the aunt talking about it was terrible that um, um, terrible that uh, this happened? Well, I think what's terrible in the middle of a pandemic, the parents allowing all these kids to go to this mall. And the mother said, "My son never been in a fight before. Never been in a fight before until then." That's what she's saying. But kind of like what uh NWA said before about he still got smoke at Baby Party. Yeah, that song. Yeah, you was in showed up at Baby Party, still got smoke. That's because the parents don't understand what the kids are getting into. There's absolutely no way all those kids should have been hanging out. So at least one person was injured, and I believe another one was in the taken was in custody for that. So um, we have to start teaching our kids, raising our kids the right way. And with all these kids in the videos I seen, I didn't see not one of them wearing a mask. But the parents allowing these kids to go out there to hang out to give them some free time. And the parent talking about maybe they need to check their ID. Checking their ID ain't gonna do it. It need to start at home. You don't let someone else hold on. You don't let the streets raise your kids. You need to raise your own kids. Welcome to the show, Veronica Mack. Oh, old school Thursday. See, yeah, she's talking about True Kitchen. I'm gonna have to check them out. I don't know. Maybe we may have to do a Thursday night because I love some old school music. Um, I'm gonna have to check it out. Um, but you cannot expect the streets to raise your kids properly. You have to raise your kids at home because if you allow the streets to raise them, these type of situation is gonna happen. If you don't know where your kids are and you letting them run free, you're gonna have issues like this. So don't come and complain talking about the mall should check ID or they should have more security. That's your responsibility. Your child should have been at home with you. They should have been at home with you for the simple fact the time of night it was. They should have been home. Better than that, it's a pandemic we're in. And people want to know why is it still spreading? That's the reason why I keep spreading. Because you're allowing your kids to run free and not taking this serious enough. Then as soon as one of them die, it's gonna be, oh, he was protecting himself. No. On the video I seen of the incident, I didn't see not one kid wearing a mask. Not one. And you talking about having them check IDs. Check IDs? What is that going to do? How about the fact they shouldn't have been there in the first place? So that's a problem within itself. They never should have been there. But you allowing the streets to raise your kids, and you expect for them to do it the same way you would do it. Well, apparently you're not doing it right. You're not doing it right because if so, your kids never would have been there. 300 kids get into a fight. I'm not saying all those kids are are bad kids, but you allowing your kids to be in that situation. You should have took control and told your child, no, we're in the middle of a pandemic. But to get them out of your hair, you allowed them to go. And this is the consequences from it. So definitely it's you just as guilty as the kids. Whatever the situation may be. Okay, maybe you was at work, you didn't know your kids was there. But 300 kids, all the parents didn't know they was going to the hangout spot. That's why you have to pay attention to everything your kids are doing. They on social media, on the phone that you're paying for. You need to know what's going on. That's one of the issues there because a lot of these kids start having beef with somebody on social media. Then they see them out in the street. That's the response you get. But you act like, oh, it was nothing. They should have checked ID. No, you should have checked your child and made your child stay at home. Now, I hate that the child was injured. Um, from from what I seen, it wasn't a serious injury, but it could have been avoided because a lot of these parents are scared of their kids. They scared to take a stand on what's right. But you must remember, you are the parent. That child is in your house. You're providing everything for this child, but you don't want to discipline this child or tell this child what to do. You prefer to have this child to go out in the street and do whatever they want to do. So you have to take some blame yourself. You have to. 300 kids, that should never happen. Matter of fact, what happened to social distancing? The limitation on how many people can be in uh, one place at one time. I don't know. Maybe Atlanta don't have it like they do here in Texas. Um, exactly. I agree with you, Radio. You never know what might happen. And these young kids have access to guns real easily. And some of them carry gun faithfully. And the parents know. The parents know and they act like it's okay. They scared to say anything. Why? Because they scared the kids gonna do something to them. So you have to take control of your household, and you cannot do it once they become teenagers. You need to start training that child at an early age. From the time they was born, you need to start training and grooming that child the way they should be. But a lot of you sit up, play around with your kids, treat them like they're your friends instead of treating them like they're your parent. You the parent. Um, exactly. Which Atlanta did have a outbreak once they opened the schools up. It was a lot of kids that actually caught COVID once they opened the school up in Atlanta. Matter of fact, I think for the graduation also, they decide to do a graduation party. A lot of them called COVID. But you want to ask why? People got to think about what's going on. This is uh gone on too much. As long as y'all continue to let these type of activity happen, but guess what? The longer it's gonna take to get it under control. That's basically what it comes down to. Uh, it's going to be hard to get this virus under control as long as you are allowing your kids to run rapid and enforcing them to wear a mask. and you talking about security and checking IDs and all of that. But at the same time, why would you let your kids go there? We're in a pandemic. Just because they say, oh, it's going to be a couple of us, it might be a couple of them in a group, but you sending them to a hangout spot for kids. I know here in Dallas, uh, a particular movie theater. Well, actually, a lot of movie theater before the pandemic. A lot of kids, parents would drop them off to hang out. Hell, they weren't there to watch no movie. Yeah, they'll buy tickets, go in there, and you can't enjoy the movie because they all in there laughing, joking, uh, social media and all of that. But at the same time, you gotta monitor all of that. You need to take responsibility for your kids. Um, uh, yeah, it's this is what's gonna make it hard to do it. It's gonna be real hard to get the virus under control, and not just the kids. So don't think it's just the kids. It's Trump supporters that refuse to wear a mask too, and then it's people on both sides that refuse to wear a mask. Feel like someone is controlling their life. Well, guess what? You on a ventilator. You right. They're gonna control your life, trying to keep you alive. So you definitely need to do everything you can now to prevent that from happening. Sending those, allowing those kids to go to this hangout spot because it's the cool thing to do instead of telling your child, no, we're in the middle of a pandemic, you shouldn't be doing it. You allow them to go anyway. So that's a problem within itself. Um, and it should never happen. Hell, think about it. Um, we was gonna talk about it last night and didn't get a chance to it. About the two young men that was killed in Sacramento, California. That was Black Friday. Um, all because now I don't know. I've heard several stories, but one of the main stories saying that they recently moved to Sacramento. They was from Louisiana or somewhere, and they moved there, but apparently, allegedly, I don't know for sure. Um, um, apparently, someone either thought they was somebody or they was uh representing some type of gang or something, allegedly. But the thing is, when you have kids that do stuff like this, it's not a good result. It's not going to be good for nobody. Um, definitely hate the two young men lost their life behind it, but that's senseless killing. That's why we need to take our neighborhoods back. And the best way to take our neighborhood back, start at home. Start at home by teaching your kids the right things to do. Instead of allowing them to run freely, then as soon as they get in trouble with the law, first thing you say was, they was wrong. You want us to get behind you and support you. But the question is, why was your kids doing the things they was doing? Why was they there? We're in the middle of a pandemic. Hanging out shouldn't even be a choice. But then again, you do have a lot of people that still want to have parties and hang out. And they're saying that in the next week or two, the numbers for the positive COVID is gonna go up quite a bit. Why? Because people hung out on Thanksgiving. And people say, oh, this thing is not real. They just telling you this. This is not real. You don't have no proof of it. Yeah, but numbers don't die. I know enough people that have lost loved ones. I know enough people that have uh know somebody who have lost someone due to COVID. And you keep playing COVID, keep playing like COVID is not real, and what's gonna happen is it's gonna take you out. You have a 50-50 chance with COVID. Yeah, they know a little bit more about COVID, but they don't have a cure for it. Yeah, we hear on the news a vaccine coming, but we don't know if the vaccine going to be good enough to cure it or not. And that vaccine may not work for everybody. Some people may be allergic to it. Who knows? But don't take that chance. And that's the problem. A lot of people want to take a chance on that. So yeah, definitely raise your own kids. Raise your kids. Don't allow the streets to raise your kids, because that's not going to end well at all. Raise your own kids and raise them the right way. So um yeah, I know it been kind of a rant, and Eva Donkey kind of got me off on a on a on the wrong foot today. Which he may think is game, but when you tell me to uh STFU, okay, I'm gonna make sure you won't be able to come back. So um yeah, I've put up with your nonsense long enough, and tonight is enough. So as soon as I get off there, I'll make sure you unable to come back, and we'll solve that issue. Yeah, you probably use one of your other stream names, and I just blocked that one too. So um because I don't have time to play games with you, and you actually wanna get upset because I don't want to talk about your conspiracy theory. Like I said, bring some facts. You bring some facts, we could talk all night long. Bring some facts that we can verify. Don't bring no piece of videos where somebody uh, Trump supporter put together to convince what's going on, just like you probably still feel like Trump is still going to win the election, because once before you also mentioned that when the evidence come out, I asked you last week what evidence. You didn't want to talk about it. So like I said, you keep on that conspiracy theory, but you won't be able to do it here. And um so I'm gonna make sure. Yeah, you said some things. Oh, okay. Yeah, you definitely gone. So we're gonna make sure. Um, okay, done deal. You're out of there. Um, oh yeah, oh yeah. And I'm looking at some of the comments he made uh on YouTube. Yeah, I'm telling you, hey, all games to the side now. I put up with your BS for long enough, but enough is enough. And like I said, he might be one of those nights he was either drunk or high or something. But one thing I've always told him, you're not gonna disrespect nobody on the show, and you did it tonight, and that's enough. So far as I'm concerned, you out of there. Um, so I'm not gonna play around with it. And if you come back on as a somebody else, because I believe you do use different string name, and if you come back on, I'm gonna block them too. So far as I'm concerned, go on over there to your conspiracy theory group and enjoy them. But you really fucked up tonight. So, and far as I'm concerned, don't come back. Good riddance. So, um, I try to let you speak your voice, and I keep going on, but no, man. Oh, let me get back on track because my mama might be listening tonight. I don't know, but yeah, but so that's what I have to say about the um True Kitchen Cocktails. I support Kevin Kelley. Um, it's his business, it's his livelihood, and he have every rights to allow or not allow twerking in his restaurant. And from what I can see, um, there's not a lot of space to really twerk. Um, and to be disrespectful, to stand up on furniture to do it, which is crazy. That's like somebody come into your home and decide to get up on your couch or take their shoes off and put their shoes up on your table and start picking their toes or something. That's just very disrespectful in all ways. So, yeah, hell, where it's located, he paid good money for that stuff. Don't want somebody to come in here. And what if one of the young ladies had on some 6-inch heels or something, no pointy heels, red bottoms or something, and they put a hole in the furniture? Then he got to pay to get it replaced. And then first thing that person would say, "Oh, it wasn't me, but you the one that was standing up on it." So you got to be smart about all of it. And then the kids in Atlanta, you have to no kids in Atlanta, they um 300 teams fighting. Where were the parents? Where was the parents? They never should have been at a hangout spot. No way. That's my opinion. Yeah, your kids probably getting on your nerve. Maybe you had your boo thing come over and wanted to be by yourself or whatever. But either way, those are your kids. You need to raise them. So um that's what I'm saying. Oh, and Veronica Matt said music attracted people no matter where they are. Church, country, bar. Hey, I'm all for it. Uh well, guess what? This guy here. Let me radio. I'm gonna break it down real quick. Now I'm gonna break it down because what, and I'm gonna put it out there because what Eva Donkey done. Remember when I had him to send me a video last week. Um, that video he sent. Well, he sent it by email, and guess what name was on that email? This guy here. This guy here was the name on the email. That's why I know he have several accounts. So yeah, I could be that jackass as you say, but guess what? Your ass gone too. Uh, so that's another one that is out of here. Um, so whatever else you got to say, it don't matter. So y'all trying me tonight. I'm telling you, you really trying it. Is it a full moon or something? Because these some bitches must be crazy tonight. Uh, so yeah, I'm fully aware of it. Welcome to the show, Robert DeVille, listening on Periscope. Definitely like, share, tell a friend. Um, so yeah, it's one of those nights tonight. See, he wanna play these games, but he must realize I pay attention to everything. I knew when you sent that email that said this guy here, uh, so I already knew. That's why I'm definitely getting them out of here. So okay, you on Twitter. Okay, I didn't know you can actually send messages on Twitter. I guess it shows up as Periscope. Well, they're connected, so okay, that's good to know that you actually on Twitter. Well, I definitely appreciate you for tuning in and watching the show. Um, Tonight we talked about True Kitchen plus cocktail with a K. Um, the viral video that went viral last night. Now, about an hour before I came on, the views it had 3 million views on that video, where the owner um was actually on TMZ. And TMZ, like I said, I don't really pay attention to TMZ that much because they're when it's dealing with something within a certain communities, they try to flip it on them. And that's what they try to do on this time out. Oh, you have a problem with people twerking. No, he have a problem with people getting up on his furniture in an upscale black restaurant twerking. Yeah, that is a problem. It have nothing to do with the dance itself. Nothing at all. But I understand. Yeah, maybe he should have used a couple other words, but hey, um, when it's all said, um, it's like, hey, that's his business. That's his money. If one of those young ladies would have got hurt, first thing they would have said a lawsuit. They would have tried to sue him. He could have lost more money if he allowed that to go on. You got to look at everything. He's a businessman, a better one than we have in Trump. So, um, so definitely, um, he was right. He was right. He did exactly what he needed to do to get his point across. For the simple fact, it won't happen again. Now, I'm not gonna say some of the words he used was right, but I can tell you one thing: we'll never see another video about it. It won't happen again. So, and I'm sorry, but if I'm in there eating, I don't want somebody shaking they fantail in front of my food. I don't know where you been. You might be a little gassy that night. I'm just saying. And you mess around and cut one around my food, we gonna really have a problem. So I'm just saying it's he did right. He should have done it. I'm glad he did, took a stand on it. So um so that's a good thing. And Robert DeVille, what city are you in or what state are you in? Just kind of curious. We like to know where people are from. Radio Chaos is actually in Canada. T Cal is in Texas. This guy here, uh, aka Eva Donkey, is up in North Dakota, but he would no longer be joining us, at least not up under these two stream names. Um, T Cal is in Texas, Veronica Mack in Texas, Dr. Toya Curry is in Texas. Got to get it right. And um, Doctor, man, that's Toria is a man. Yeah, Toria is very good. She's a doctor now. Then we even had Nuko in Russia on the show tonight. So definitely just kind of curious where exactly are you calling from. I know well, I said calling, but I know we get people from all over. Some of them like to chat with us, some of them don't. Some of them just like to sit back and wait. I've had a lot of people see me uh, on social media. They like, hey, I watch the show all the time. Send me a message. I watch it all the time, but I don't never say nothing. Okay, that's fine. Even some family members tell me that. That's fine. Um, be a part of the show. It's a platform for everyone. So, um, since we talking about COVID, I've seen several alerts today saying we're close to another shutdown because here in Texas, I think we have to go a certain amount of percentage of the hospitalization got to be over a certain point for I think it's 7 or 15 days or something, and we are approaching that here in Texas. So pretty soon we may be shut down again. Of course, our governor is a strong Trump supporter, and if Trump tell him to jump, you're gonna ask him how high, and he's gonna jump. So um unfortunately, that's the type of governor we have. That's why we need to do like we did Trump this year. When his time come up, we need to send him uh packing. So we need to get rid of Greg Abbott because he only care about half of the people, a quarter of the people. I won't even say half, a quarter of the people. And he was so adamant about rushing and opening everything up. And now a lot of schools are having to go back virtual again after Thanksgiving holidays. They having to extend the Thanksgiving vacation for the simple fact it's so many people have traveled and they don't want to bring everybody back at least a week to 2 weeks later. And I've even heard some schools talking about expanding it until the first of the year before they bring students back because of the threat of because of the threat um of the virus spreading again, which it's extremely high here in Texas. It's more than what we should have. Um, in Texas, we have 1.25 million in Texas alone. Um, Yesterday, they haven't put the numbers out yet. At least they haven't updated on what I'm looking at. There was over 12,390 new cases yesterday in Texas alone, with 53 new deaths yesterday. So, but they feel like it's nothing wrong with it. That's them. Yeah, Greg have spent more. I guess this is second term, if I'm not mistaken. Not quite sure, but I believe it's his second term, and we need to make sure he don't get another one. It's time for him to go. Not only Greg Abbott, but also um what's the other two thugs name? Dan Patrick and Ken Patson. They need to go with him along with Ted Cruz. We're gonna pack Ted Cruz up and send him back to his birthplace, and which is Canada. So we're gonna ship him back. Um, and from what I've seen on one of the Sunday broadcasts, they think he may try to run for Greg Abbott may try to run for president in 2024, which he shouldn't. Welcome to the show, Thomas Jordan, listening on Facebook. Welcome to the show. You can live chat with us in the chat room. Um, uh, no, y'all produce them, so we're gonna send them back. Um, so that's how we're gonna solve that issue. We'll send them back and be like, hey, we had him long enough, so we're gonna go and send him back to his birthplace and let him come back home. Y'all welcome him with open arms, give him a big parade or something, and just let him come on back. But he gotta go. He gotta get out of office here. Who knows? He may come up there and run for something up there. I don't know. Um, but he need to go. Then Ken Patson, the one that have all these um, charges brought up on him. Because matter of fact, even after we did the show last month about him with the FBI investigating him, I think it came out either this past weekend or the weekend before that he fired someone else who is a whistleblower, and uh, that was a whistleblower in his office that he basically had terminated everyone that signed, well, allegedly have terminated almost everyone, or have terminated everyone that signed that paper to give to the FBI at the allegations that he's accused of now of using his power to help his friend out that was facing foreclosure. Um, and on that charge, he was getting ready to face foreclosure. Well, he decided to put it in law. He made an order that prevent foreclosures from happening. So that tells you he's the same as Trump. They support everything Trump say. Dan Patrick, he's the one that said he's gonna take $1 million and pay somebody $1 million to prove voter fraud. And I'm like, $1 million? You're gonna pay somebody $1 million to prove voter fraud? And if you notice, we haven't heard nothing else about it because he probably been told he couldn't do that because he was going to use his campaign fund to pay out that award. And then on top of that, Greg Abbott, he just need to go. He changed his executive order to benefit one person. So I'm like, hey, that's his choice. But either way, that's that what they call the good boy system. You have friends in high places, and you're gonna support your friends regardless of uh how they may feel. You gotta help them uh destroy your career to help one person. But you're supposed to be for everybody. hmm Then on top of that, Greg Abbott tried to, and there's something else we haven't heard nothing about. He wanted people to sign uh, the petition back the blue instead of uh, instead of doing it the right way and have people to actually um, vote on it. You want to get people to sign a petition. Um, I'm actually trying to pull that up now. Trying to see if she won or not. From what I'm seeing, it's still. Oh no, you ain't getting no yard sign for you. Um, I'm trying to find that out. So for the ones that are just not tuning in, you are listening to Speak On It with Who You With Kurt though. And you can follow us on Facebook, YouTube, Periscope, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, because we are live on Instagram also. Um, then also you can live chat with us in the chat room. I say all the time during a live show, if for any reason information come up, kind of like this question that Salon owner win her election, I'm trying to Google it while I'm talking to you um, to find out um, if she win or not, because we could verify stuff like that. Um, I keep seeing that they heading to the Senate runoff. Um, so to answer your question, I don't know, but I know the last one they did, it was very close, but I don't. Let me see about this one. So I don't know if she won it or not. Uh, but if somebody know the answer, definitely put it in the chat for we can verify it. But from what I'm seeing, it's still saying it's heading to runoff. Hold on, here's a November. Let me see. The It keeps saying, oh, it's set for December the 19th. So it haven't happened yet. It's set for December the 19th. So we would know after then, right before Christmas. So they're not expecting her to win, but it's set for December the 19th. Greg Abbott announced Saturday that December the 19th will be the date for the special runoff election to succeed State Senate Pat Fallon. So we would know then. And also, if you're in that particular county, early voting for that runoff will start December the 9th. So definitely get out, let your voice be heard. And so I guess we'll find out on December the 19th and go from there, because it's amazing how she went against an executive order, and that's the way that she's campaigning herself, the one that went against the executive order. Now, me personally, I don't agree with it for the simple fact, before she did it, it was two young ladies down in near Laredo, either Laredo or McAllen, uh, either way down near the border. Uh, they was doing it. I think one was a nail tech, and the other one was um, I forgot what she was doing, but they was doing it at their home, and they both was arrested and fined. And one of them I had been in contact with. We had text back and forth, and then all of a sudden, uh, once she heard that she was getting some money from the salon owner in Dallas, sh now I have the wrong number. I'm like, okay. But hey, each his own. Sometimes people got a price. They'll sell they soul for the right price. But I just won't do it. Welcome to the show, Pamela Dunbar. Listening on Facebook. Welcome to the show. Uh yeah, I could see that. Kind of a cocky uh personality, think they better than die. Um, so I could definitely see that. But what's wrong is wrong. Only thing she had to do was apologize, and she could have avoided jail time. So but she didn't do that. So so that's now she's in a position to run for Senate. And the thing is, um wonder how that's going to work out for her, because you're going to be held at a higher standard. Do you think if that was anybody else, say for instance the two lady that was down there Laredo, down near the border, if they done the same thing she done, do you think they will be able to run for a seat? I don't think so. Hell, they went to jail. They was fine. And nobody said nothing about them until the story came out about this lady. So that's the difference. That's the difference. Um, then all of a sudden, I think I talked about their story like 2 weeks before this happened with the salon owner in Dallas. Then once she did her thing, that's when everybody wanted to start talking about the two ladies in Laredo. But before then, nobody wanted to talk about it. Uh oh, Pamela said for the owner to speak to the table several times before, the DJ had to be in playing twerking music beforehand till she couldn't hold till she couldn't hold it anymore. Throw that butt in a circle. I'm not giving her an excuse though. Just hey, I understand. Between from what I've heard, from what the reviews say about the food and the DJ, I used to DJ back in the days, so I understand. You play certain songs, some people just can't hold it. They have flashbacks. They gotta be like, forget this. This is my song. But it's a time and place for it. It's a time and place. Now I know they do have live music there on some nights. Um, I've actually seen. I believe I seen where RC and the Grits play there on certain nights. I don't know if it's every week, but yeah, I'm all for some good live music and a good DJ. A good DJ, because I've always felt like a good DJ, he don't have to say anything on the mic. If you playing good music, let the music speak for you. And once the music speak, everything else fall into play. Alcohol sell go up, and because people start dancing, you're gonna have to they're gonna have to cool off somehow. But that's not the place for it. For the simple fact, it's a restaurant. It's not a club. Now, if he exactly, because if you leaving, now just imagine she been sitting there eating that food, hands greasy, then then turn around and start putting your hands up on the wall, on the furniture, ain't wipe your fingers not one time, and you staining up the furniture and stuff, staining up the glass. Uh, I hate to see what would have happened if she would have played Juvenile. Was it Juvenile? Back that ass up. Yeah, I hate to see what happened if he would have did that, or Little John. What was this song? Uh, damn. Drop it. How low can you go? Yeah. So I think I understand the point of having a DJ because it's for the culture, but maybe I haven't been there yet. So um maybe um well, right now you really can't do it. Maybe he can assign a spot that is strictly for dancing. But as good as that food is, you would prefer to have people eating instead of dancing. I would assume that's what it is. I haven't been there, I don't know. But to have some good music playing should be the way. Now, he could be like other restaurants, come in there and you had that elevator music playing. But he's trying to do it in a way that everybody feel comfortable with it, and I'm okay. Um, Radio said, "Don't see many guys twerking." No, I don't want to see that. Matter of fact, I don't really want to see no other woman twerking besides my wife. So, but still, I think he, I think he made the right choice to address it. And at this point, nobody should ever do that again. I think in his song, "She Was Ready," he should have been playing gospel. It was it was a Sunday, exactly. Because there's certain gospel song, I don't care what you're doing. When I work out, I'm listening to gospel music the whole time. And certain song, people may think I'm crazy because I'm like, hey, eh, get the moving and working out at the same time. You forget about where you at. So I think it's a good thing. Um, I don't. I don't know. Pam? Have you been Pamela? Have you been to the restaurant? What are your reviews on it? And just kind of curious. Welcome to the show, Nicola Parham. Welcome to the show. First time seeing your name on here. You could live chat with us in the chat room. Um, but Pamela, I'm just curious. Have you? Ooh, okay. We got a book that came in. Uh, The restaurant owner, Kevin Kelley, is wrong. He should not have a DJ playing twerking music. People came out to patronize his business during a pandemic. The restaurant may be shutting down due to COVID-19. He was very negative toward the other women who were not twerking in his establishment. He could have done that in a better way. Maybe he could have gone to his DJ and play some other type of music. He remind me of some of the black churches in which the majority of black churches are filled with women who support them. Um, why they themselves were talked down to and disrespected. The remaining women in that restaurant should have gotten a carry out and left, just like he said. They were being disrespected, whether they twerk or not. Well, I agree. I agree with most of what you're saying. Now, one thing about it, being a DJ, a good DJ is not going to play music that you want to hear. You're going to play for the crowd. But maybe in the future, I never been to the restaurant. Um Never been to the restaurant, but I think if he have enough space, maybe he could have a small dance floor that give people to do it. But for the woman to stand up on his furniture, being up against the glass where it could have possibly been injured, if that furniture would have broke or that glass would have broke or she flipping fell on something, looking at a lawsuit. And that's why I said I understand what he was doing. I think he could have changed the wording a little bit, but let them know that, hey, we cannot do this. This is an upscale restaurant. You cannot go to Roof Chris and do something like this. So because you in a black owned establishment and you see what type of service you're getting, what type of restaurant it is, you cannot just come in and do what you want to do. That's why I say I support his decision because I don't think it will happen again. If it did, I think it would be um, basically somebody just wanting uh, to get some views and do it on purpose. So would he be mad if she had the Holy Ghost on his furniture? I cannot answer that because um, if it depends on, you never know when the spirit may hit you. But if it was legit, I feel like if it was gospel music playing, now this is my personal opinion. If it was gospel music playing and somebody broke out with a Holy Ghost dance, guess what? It's probably going to spread through that whole restaurant. Um, so it just all depends. If he was playing the crowd, he must have seen see Richard. Well, you could tell as a DJ, you could kind of tell what people like because some people they'll be there doing like this. Like I said, from the song, from what I read, I guess it was the song. uh, turn the make a circle with the butt or whatever. I would assume it was that song. That's what I keep seeing people posting. So maybe when she heard it, she had flashback. Because I know for me, it's some old school songs. I don't care what I'm doing. I'm rapping along with it. Um, One of my favorite songs back in the days, well, I have several of them, but you know, NWA or LL Cool J, the I'm Bad album. I felt like that was good because that was one of the first videos we seen on MTV back in the days. So yeah, I'm okay with it. But that don't mean I'm gonna get out there and just start acting a fool either. It's a time and place for it. Radio said just because a certain type of music is playing doesn't mean you have to start twerking. Yeah, it's a time and place because you have to know your environment. Maybe he should talk to the DJ and say, hey, don't play that rump shaker no more. Uh what's that dancing effect back in the day? Rump shaker. Certain things you can't do. You can't play uh Juvenile, Little Wayne, all of them. Back that ass up. You just can't do it. Not in that environment. So maybe the DJ just lost control a little bit and said, you know what? I'm gonna do this. Maybe somebody put a request in for that song. We don't know. I'm just saying. I don't know. Um, yeah, Roof Chris don't have a DJ either. I know they don't, but uh, some upscale restaurants do play like some flow music. But then what you have to look at when you go to those restaurants, sometimes we don't always get the best of service. Um, because some people feel like, oh, you come in here, you can't afford to come here, but they don't know you. They judging you by the cover of the book and not if a person can really do it or not. Radio Chaos said line dancing could be a problem there too. Yeah, due to the space. Yeah, because you know if they put on Let You Slide, it's over. It's over. Everybody finna get up and do the Let You Slide. So, or the Cha Cha Slide, either one of them. So it can be an issue. So maybe it's I don't know. I like I said, I don't know much about the business. I'm just going off of reviews. Um, but damn, I need to go there. They sell Hennessy flushes. Uh Yeah, he said this is not an upscale restaurant serving Hennessy flushing unapologetically, but it's okay. It may not be upscale to you. Now some people have I feel like this. When people say upscale, they thinking of the price. Now, I did look at the menu earlier and the price was actually pretty reasonable. And the way that um they prepare the food, serve the food. Now I don't know if they serve it like it look on the website. Um how it look on the website, but that's what I'm talking about upscale because it's not in a box. The presentation of the food is wonderful. I don't know. I haven't been there. I just looked at the website. And from what I could see, the way that the website looked, it looked pretty decent. So now please let me know, Miss Smith, if that food is not being served the same way it look on the website. Well, that's completely different. If it's just thrown on the plate, It's completely different, but the presentation from what I've seen look pretty good. And also the reviews are pretty good because of course you're not going to make everybody happy, but at the same time you have a lot of great reviews coming up um about the situation. So um so it's a complete different. um I from what I say, from what I've seen, I'm thinking it's upscale because of the environment. Yeah, the video, it may not look like it's upscale because the way it's set up, but the website, the way they present it, it looked pretty upscale, but it have a reasonable price. It's not overpriced. You're getting good food from what I could tell from what the reviews have done because I haven't been there. I haven't been there, and I'm a picky eater when it come out to eating out. I'm very picky about it. So until I get the opportunity of going and tasting the food for myself, I'm gonna say I can only go by with what people recommend. Now, people may recommend certain places to me, and then I go and I'm disappointed. But for a place like this, they have a lot of great reviews. I've seen. I don't think I've seen any. I think I only seen kind of one negative, but they said the overall review at the restaurant was good. Um, I guess the customer service or something. A flight attendant left that on Facebook and said that the waiter actually gave her his number if for next time she come to town, he can make sure she's able to get in. Um, so it sounds like it's a pretty good place to me. Radio said, "Oh man, I had to play the Let You Fly 1,000 times on a cruise ship." Yeah, I've done parties before that it's only certain. So I've actually done parties where people just wanted to hear Big and Tupac. That was it. Big and Tupac the whole night. That's all they wanted to hear. And that I'm like, just Big and Tupac. That's it. And I'm like, wow, that's uh kind of a boring night for me because how I could tell if I'm playing the right music, I feed off the crowd. Um, Pamela said, "I'm with you. I haven't been. I have been. I have seen good and bad reviews, but I rather judge for myself and taste for myself. Everyone have different taste bud. I just hope when I go, they play throw that ass in a circle because I do want to pretend." Well, hey, you got to do what you got to do, and it's okay. It's okay, but don't end up on a video and go viral with it. It's okay to pretend that you got a whole bunch or not, but I'm just saying is I just I'm definitely gonna look into it. I try to see if they had anything for Thursday, this coming up Thursday, but I couldn't get anything. But I'm gonna see if look out for a couple of weeks. Maybe I could get in there before Christmas. If not, um, it'll have to be January next year before I'm able to go. So, but I've everybody who I've seen that have gone that I know that were friends on Facebook or any social media, they all have said great things about it. And um and I actually had the opportunity of meeting the brother. Was it? I think it was last year at a a party downtown. Um, so and I met the brother and I talked with him, and my wife had to remind me that I actually met him before. So I was like, okay. Um, so yeah, but definitely I will support the brother. And if somebody got a hookup, if one of y'all people that are upset and don't want your reservation, holler at me. I'll take it off your hand because I would love to go before we go on shutdown. Uh, you have a certain amount of people, um, which is crazy because um, even though I DJ for a while, I'm not a club type person, and I've DJed at a club in Arlington. Black Pearl is no longer there anymore, but it was a hole in the wall, one way in, one way out. But it was it was crazy also. Had a lot of fun there, but it's definitely uh so it was definitely a lot of fun doing that, and had some good time doing it. So but I don't know the I don't most if you have a kitchen here in Texas, if you serving more food than anything else, you still able to operate as a restaurant, even if you have a club in it. But it's shaky because some people use that for an excuse, and then they turn around and violate the order. So that's how they do. Uh, Pamela said they do have some after Christmas. They sent me an email. Okay. Well, did you go to uh I forgot the name of that app. Open Door to try to get in there. If one of y'all people that is upset about what happened and have reservation that don't need it, hit me up and let me see the date, and I'll see if I could work it out where I could go and go and try this place out because it seemed like it's really interesting for someone to get upset and well to make a person just go and twerk all up on the table and furniture. That's some damn good food. uh so I'm like, hey, it gotta be good. But you are listening to Speak On It with Who You With Kurt Dog. We are here Sunday through Thursday, 8 p.m. to well, no particular time. But we are here every Sunday through Thursday, 8 p.m. Central Time. You can live chat with us in the chat room, regardless of whatever we're talking about. Everybody is welcome on this platform. But if you come on and being disrespectful, um, we just got to get rid of you. Um, I put up with a lot, but unfortunately, one of our favorite Trump supporters um, went a little bit overboard today, so he won't be back on the show. At least not up under the names he have used in the past. So um, I don't like blocking no one because I built this platform to give people a voice that they can speak about anything that is on their mind. That's what this platform was built for, and he went overboard today. Um, I definitely will. I definitely will, Pam. And as soon as I go, um, trust me, I will talk about it. Because one thing I do, I support good business. Um, so I would definitely talk about it. Uh, yeah, last night was a fun show, and I really feel like that was our buddy. But hey, the writing was completely different. But I'm not surprised. Um, Yeah, it's kind of. I think it would have showed up again if I didn't block the other one. I think it would have showed up again, but hey, he been a strong supporter for the last couple of months. But then again, he's still trying to do the conspiracy theory and the fact that Trump lost. He's in his feelings. Get over it. Let's move on. That's the way I see it. And the guy with the chicken coop talking about people throwing ballots in the river and putting them in a chicken coop. That's nonsense. That's crazy. Um, then talking about the guy who was leaving out the polls with a container full of ballots that flipped over, and he was the only one that seen it. Every time he's the only one to see this type of stuff. So, and it's all good. I People are gonna say and do what they want to say and do. That's the way I look at it. Um, I don't know. I'm sure I probably have an email from your homeboy uh, talking about I'm wrong for blocking him. No, I'm not. I've told you many of times that this is my show. I have a choice if I want to put your messages up, and I choose not to with you on certain messages. I just won't do it. And you have a choice about which show you want to listen to. So if you want me to be that person to uh, cuss you out and all of that, I could do that too, because I can cuss very good. But I choose not to because I have a lot of respect for a lot of people that listen to me, and I don't want to disrespect them. But one thing I won't deal with is disrespect from you, and that's all to it. Um, yeah, he'll come back. I'll say tomorrow night he'll come back on up under somebody. He probably listening right now, and because there's still um, quite a bit of people listening to the show on every platform that we're on. So he's probably listening right now, and like I've always told him, it's a reason why you come back. It have to be a reason why you come back, because for somebody who have different views of you and you come back every time I come on, you on the show, but you want to talk about conspiracy theory and get upset because I don't share your conspiracy theory. You send me a video you want me to look at, and I'm like, I'm not looking at that BS. So no, but you get upset. Oh, he said some things tonight. Um, let's just say, good thing. Some of the things he said, it's good he's on the keyboard and we wasn't face to face, because it would have been. I'm not saying it would have been Nate Robertson incident, but somebody would have touched the ground that tonight, because he said some things that rubbed me the wrong way, and that's what you don't want to do. Like I said, when I called him out and said, "Yeah, I know this is you, this guy here," because when you sent the email, that's the email that said this guy here. You don't want me to go further into it because I can expose you. I know more than what you think I know. Um, yeah, I think sometime what he do, um, I think sometime what he do is sit up and drink and allegedly drink. I don't know. Allegedly drink and or maybe using a little bit of drugs or something. I don't know. But either way, you're not finna come on here and disrespect me and feel like it's okay, because I have a remedy for that. And the remedy is you won't be around. Um, Matter of fact, I'm gonna change some more things on on the whole thing. So I'm just not gonna. go that route with him anymore. Um, Enough is enough. He reached this limit, and because he reached this limit, now he's on the outside looking in and wanting to come back, but nah, nah. You come back if you write me a 250 word essay apologizing. That's how you come back. Make it public known. Because what you did is very disrespectful. And far as I'm concerned, like I said, you could kiss the blackest part of my ass. And I meant every word of it. Because you want to try to take control of the show, but that ain't gonna happen. That won't happen. But hey, I hope y'all did enjoy the show tonight, because I could keep going on about some of the BS he said. And he's um yeah, exactly. He's the first person I ever had to block. The first person. And he came on, I think, shortly after you started following me. And he said some off the wall things. And I would let it fly, because I'm letting him have his way. When I say have his way, speak his mind. But when you start making it personal, attacking me personal, no, man, fuck you. That's the way I see it. Fuck them. I don't need you to follow me. So I don't care. Um, that's what he do. So that's how a lot of people do. Um, I know a great guy say a keyboard drive by. That's a type by. That's what he do. Come on here, try to bully by the keyboard. But many of times when I made the offer for him to call in, he don't want to call in. That's just like tonight when I put the phone number up, he started telling you, radio, why don't you call in? Why don't you call in? You trying to get somebody else to call in. Why? What are you scared of? I don't care if you called in. That's why I put the number out there. So, yeah, far as I'm concerned, forget them. Um, you're right. Yeah, no one should be disrespected. Um, I'm glad you handled that situation on an individual basis. I appreciate that, just like Kevin Kelley, the restaurant owner, should have. Yeah, I think he probably should have used some different type of word, but um, I really I cannot speak for him. And Kelly, if you want to come on the show to explain yourself or to give a statement. I know you put out a statement, and I'm okay with it. But if you want to come on the show and talk about it, reach out to me. We can make it happen. Send me a DM. We can make it happen, and we can nip it in the bud with everything. Because I heard the interview you did on TMZ, and one thing he said, well, it was he apologized for what he said, the words he used, and he understand that the most disrespected person in the world is a black woman. So from what, and I don't know if you've seen that interview he did on TMZ, but I felt what he was saying was legit. Um, and that's cool. I have no problem with what was going on. I think it was the heat of the moment, because you have to know his background. I don't know if you know more about him, but from his background, you gotta wonder if you're gonna be able to get a lawsuit. If someone gonna try to sue you and mess around and take everything from you, because a lot of small business, one claim can shut you down, and I understand that. Uh, I'm not saying the words he used is right, but I understand what he was saying in the heat of the moment. And when you know his background, you would probably understand too. And Miss Smith, I don't know if you actually know his background, but if not, um, yeah, look into that part of it. So um, that's cool, radio. Whenever you want to call in, you could definitely call in and chit chat with us. And um, for the ones that are new to the show, Miss Smith, please like, share, tell a friend, click the notification. You on Facebook, also uh, click the hearts, give us the hearts. Uh, I'm a I'm gonna reach out to him, and I'm sure someone have forwarded the video to him, and I would definitely love to have him come on the show, and I will give him the entire show to explain to him, but also the fact that I- as a business owner, I understand. I understand because you come out, you see somebody up there twerking, hands up against the wall and up against the window that can easily break. Depends on what they was doing, and then standing up on your furniture, which you haven't been open long. And if the young lady had on high heels, dirty shoes, and now you got to get all that clean. Not only that, in the time of COVID, she been walking around with these shoes on. Now you putting it up on furniture, and all those germs coming off those shoes onto the furniture, which is putting all of us at risk that visit that location. So you got to look at it like that. Um, but if somebody knows Kevin personally, tell him he's welcome to come on. He can reach out to me. Um, he could call me and we could set it up where he could do the show and explain everything. But from what I've seen and what I've heard and what I've read, I think he did what he had to do at that point. And for telling them to I think if he didn't add if if you don't like it, you could get the F out. Okay. If he would have said if you don't like it, you could leave, pretty much mean the same thing. But because people put um consider certain words as negative or bad words, um, that's the reason why it got so much attention. But if he would have said, you can leave, that video would not have 3 million views today in less than 24 hours. Well, it's over 24 hours now. It wouldn't have been that it wouldn't have went viral. Where I go on Twitter and I'm seeing True Kitchen plus cocktails trending on Twitter. Then on Instagram, same thing. On Facebook, same thing. And I'm getting sent videos from TMZ. Um, yeah, I don't think it would have went out that far if he didn't use that. Now, the thing else, and I'm gonna say this before we wrap up. The thing else, because it's a black-owned restaurant, if that was a white restaurant, it wouldn't have got the same attention because uh, it just wouldn't have got it. And I feel you on that, chaos. It's gonna bring more business to him, but you have to realize that um, when you're dealing with a black-owned business, we have several struggles that we're gonna have to face. One of the biggest ones, the location that he's located in. He's downtown, Deep Ellum area. I think it's Deep Ellum. I don't know exact. No, I think it's in the heart of downtown. I'm not sure, but he's located downtown or Deep Ellum over on Elm Street, if I'm not mistaken. But um, that's um, pretty good location. But you're gonna be held at a higher standard, not just by the customers, but also by the city. Because the only thing they had to do was give one report. Oh, they in there twerking and they in there having a party. Or if the entire restaurant got up and started dancing, they would have shut them down. They would have got fined. They could have lost the license. So that's what we have to be concerned about when it's a black owned business. But there are some business that violate the the pandemic order and that nothing happened. They don't get that type of feedback. So it's a higher standard when it come down to black business. I truly understand, because the thing is, he got to look at it like this. What if the health department came in at the same time? They come in and be like, oh, your license say restaurant, but here it is, you got a party going on. We shutting you down. Now all that money he invested is out the door. So I understand. I truly understand what he was saying. I'm not saying that the wordings that he used, he should have changed the last word. If you don't like it, get the F out. Well, that's something we see that in movies all the time. Matter of fact, I think Eddie Murphy did it in Raw, in his comedy in Raw. Uh, Talking about Uncle Gus. If you don't like it, get the fuck out. So, with that being said, I think because of who he is and the culture, for the environment that what he was doing it for, I don't see anything wrong with it. Um, he could have changed that, but I wasn't there. I don't know the full situation, and I'm sure somebody got a video of them twerking, because that could have turned around real easy. Somebody could have said, "Hey, here it is. You have this nice restaurant, black owned restaurant, but they're allowing people in here twerking." So it's a catch 22 either way you look at it. Uh, and I know some people personally that have gone, some pastors and some other friends like Dr. Uh, Toya Carey. She says she been, it was great. So, um, hey, I'm like, hey, he gotta respect, he have to protect this investment. That's bottom line to it. And if the young lady that was the one that was up there twerking, if they want to come on the show, you could call too or reach out to me. Let's discuss it. See what your mind frame is. But hey, it's been a great night tonight. I really appreciate each and every one of y'all for tuning in. Join us tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Central Time. Um, we working on some great things for the new year. And if you are following me on Facebook or Instagram, please go to my personal page, check out the deals we have on merchandise, 20% off right now. You could get it, you could get the product before Christmas. So definitely uh, check it out. We have different products on there. and let's support black owned business, small business. Um, so until tomorrow night, I appreciate everybody for tuning in. I love each and every one of you. Even my haters, I love you too. And there's not a damn thing you could do about it. So until tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Central, until then, peace.